فكيف آسى. Right. So I told you that Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Ahmaduhu nusalli ala Rasul al-Kareem. Hazrat Shu'aib alayhi salam, he expended all his energies. He tried in every single way to convince these people to accept his message. But now when he saw that they are hell-bent, they're not interested in accepting, so فَتَوَلَّ عَنْهُمْ, he turned away from them. وَقَالَ يَا قَوْمِ, he said, oh my people, لَقَدْ أَبْلَغْتُكُمْ رِسَالَاتِ رَبِّي, I have conveyed to you as per my mandate. My mandate was to convey, right? Like, I can't make you accept. إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. You can't guide who you wish, but Allah Ta'ala is the one who guides, right? So I have conveyed, right? I've conveyed, I've done my mandate, I've fulfilled my, right? أبلغتكم رسالة ربي ونصحت لكم. I have advised you. فكيف آسى على قوم كافرين. How now can I then feel remorse, feel sad for a disbelieving people? Read the explanation there. Right. فتولى عنهم شعيب عليه السلام. He turned away from them. بعدما أصابهم ما أصابهم, that ما أصاب was a fire. After what afflicted them, من البيان, من العذاب, from the punishment, والنقمة, and you can say the rebuke, والنكال, the reproach. وقال مقرئا لهم وموبخا, he said to them, chastising them, right, criticizing them. يا قوم لقد أبلغتكم رسالات ربي. Oh my people, I have conveyed the message to you ونصحت لكم, and have advised you. يعني قد أديت إليكم ما أرسلت به. I have discharged that which I've been sent with it, right? I have فلا آسف عليه وقد كفرتم مما جئتكم به. So I will not regret, I will not be remorse upon you. وقد كفرتم, whilst you have denied بما جئتكم, what I've brought. فلهذا قال فكيف آسى على قوم كافرين. How is it I must regret آسى, right? How is it I must regret and be remorseful over a people who denied, who rejected? Okay, read the next verse. Inshallah, we're moving to a new verse today. Right, so yeah, let us speaking a general verse. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا فِي قَرْيَةٍ نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا أَخَذْنَا أَهْلَهَا بِالْبَأْسَاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَضَرَّعُونَ. We did not send any prophet in town, but we seized these people, the hardship and suffering, so that they may turn humble. The people were arrogant, they were set in their ways, they were, they were, what you say, they were, what is the word, um, they became misguided, or they were beguiled by their wealth, they were beguiled by their power, and they did not want to accept the truth. So Allah Ta'ala had to send His azab to them, to humble them. So when a person is experiencing difficulty, then is the time we turn to Allah Ta'ala. But very rarely, like when everything is going well, when a person is experiencing prosperous conditions, good conditions, does he turn to Allah Ta'ala. So Allah Ta'ala broke them, punished them, to get the arrogance out, to remove the obstacle. So the above verse continues to speak of the events of the early people and the ominous fate. The events of five early, so we remember we spoke about five prophets already. The events of five early prophets and the people have been so far discussed. The sixth event concerning the prophet of Musa alayhi salam and his people is going to be discussed after the next few verses. So inshallah, interesting now, we're coming to Musa alayhi salam. Remember we spoke about Adam alayhi salam, we spoke about Noah alayhi salam, we spoke about Salih alayhi salam, we spoke about Hud alayhi salam, we spoke about Shu'aib alayhi salam. Next up is Musa alayhi salam. Interesting. We already noted that the usual style of the Quran with regard to different historical events is quite different from the books of history. The Holy Quran does not care to describe a historical event in its entirety in chronological order. Rather, it elects certain relevant portions of the event to place emphasis on the lesson or moral contained therein. Interesting part. This is very interesting that you must pay attention. The Quran is not a book of history. That's why you'll see when Allah Ta'ala speaks about the instance of the Prophet, you don't have it like in proper chronological order from the beginning of the time the Prophet came with all the details. The Quran is a book of reflection. The Quran is a book to take lesson. That is why you will see that sometimes the order is reversed. So the emphasis of the Quran is not on the order, or the emphasis of the Quran is not the chronological order, but the emphasis of the Quran is upon events and the lessons that we draw from there. You understood? So it's not a history book. Right, that's interesting. Rather, it selects certain relevant portions of the event, that lays emphasis on the lesson or the moral contained therein. After relating the stories of the early people, the above verses speak of the warnings and lessons for present people in order to save them from the ill fate made by their forefathers, right? So the reason is that the people of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in the time of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they mustn't fall into the same mistake that the previous people fell. The verse 94 warns people that the fate of disaster and suffering described in the foregoing verses was not limited to the people of Nuh alayhi salam, Ad, Thamud. It is rather a usual practice of Allah Ta'ala that He sends His prophets to the people for the guidance and eternal success. Then those who do not listen to the advice and reject the invitation are subjected to suffering and distress, so they may turn to their Lord in repentance. It is human to turn to the Creator in distress. So I told you, the natural quality of man, Allah says in the Quran, وَجَرَيْنَا بِهِمْ بِرِيحٍ طَيِّبَةٍ وَفَرِحُوا بِهَا جاءتها ريح عاصف وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين. So only when the ship it hits troubled waters, it hits choppy waters, دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين. Now they're calling out to Allah Ta'ala. You understood? So listen to this. It is human to turn to the Creator in suffering is in fact, the suffering is in fact a blessing of Allah Ta'ala in disguise, as it is meant for the good. The great spiritual leader, Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, has said, the people are made to be the people are made to be must behave with you in order that you turn to your Lord in tears, subhanAllah ta'ala. I repeat that. The people are made to must behave with you in order that you turn to your Lord in tears. So when the prophets don't get any joy from the people, then they turn to Allah Ta'ala and they cry. But what is the dua, the famous dua of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after Ayat Ta'if, we done it. What is in Qasas part 5? Allahumma ilayka ashku du'fa quwwati wa qillati hilati wa hawani ala nas. Right? Remember that famous Qasas part 5? Can you say the dua for me? Can't say it. So the main thing what he's saying is yes, that when you have difficulty, then that is the time you turn towards Allah Ta'ala. So the verse 94 is referred to this fact by saying we seize these people with hardship so they may turn in humbleness. The Arabic word is ba'sa. Ba'sa refers hunger or poverty, while the word darrar signals illness. The Holy Quran has used these words to signify the same meanings in other situations. The respected companion Abdullah Mas'ud has confirmed these meanings of the two words. Some linguists have said that the word ba'asa refers to financial distress, while the word darra refers to loss of health. The verse 35 says, thereafter we substituted some good in place of evil until they increased. So Allah Ta'ala sent these difficult conditions so that they may turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are you with me? Okay, Mulana is here. We'll stop, we'll break here and we'll continue with the